Criminal justice advocates are calling on state lawmakers to end the sentence life without parole. They say it's not the solution to violent crime. Not everybody agrees with that. Sonica Bargo is here with a look at the issue. Sonica.
Alicia, the proposals these advocates support could give more than 5,000 people a chance at parole. But one prosecutor tells me it comes too close to putting dangerous people back on the streets.
This is what democracy looks like.
To these activists on the Capitol steps, democracy is an end to life in prison without parole, with few exceptions.
We're caging entire communities when we sentence people.
Felix Rosado started serving a life sentence at 18. Nearly 3 decades later, he was granted clemency and released.
I lived it every day. I know firsthand how brutal it is.
He says these sentences disproportionately impact communities of color. 2/3 of people in prison for life are black, but black people make up just 12% of the state's population.
There's a lot of talent behind those walls.
Rosado is part of a group pushing for 2 bills. One would provide parole eligibility for almost everyone serving a life sentence. Another would grant the possibility for parole for old age or medical reasons.
What do we need? Justice!
But Dauphin County District Attorney Fran Chardo says that isn't justice at all.
They took another person's life. They've deprived a family of this other human being forever.
Chardo says people serving life sentences already have an option for a second chance.
The clemency process.
Rosado says that's too strict.
Very few people get out through that way.
But for Chardo, that's exactly how it should be.
It should be the exception rather than the rule that someone would be eligible for release.
Rosado says it's inhumane to lock someone up for the rest of their lives.
I sat alongside many men as they took their last breaths of their death by incarceration sentences.
Chardo disagrees. Sometimes it's the only option.
Somebody has taken a human life. I'm not willing to take the risk that they're not going to take another, and I've seen it happen.
Activists say instead of prison, they want to address violent crime by getting more funding for social services. Chardo isn't against that, but he tells me there still needs to be consequences. In the studio, Sonica Bargo, ABC 27 News.
Sonica, thanks so much.